Good morning. I hope each of you are doing well. Today's activity revisits embryology. Embryology is the study of an embryo's growth and development before birth. By comparing the growth and development of embryos, we can notice similarities and differences between multiple species. These similarities and differences can help us understand if two species are more or less closely related. For this activity, you'll need to identify embryos from 5 different species at 3 different stages of development. Stage 1 is the earliest in that species development, and stage 3 is the latest in its development. To complete your activity today, you're going to need to drag pictures from this picture bank into your data table. I would recommend that you start out by trying to identify stage 3. This is when each of the embryos is the most developed and is most going to resemble the species. After you finish stage 3, I'd go back and do stage 2 and then stage 1. This eliminates some of the pictures from your choices and also kind of lets you work backwards from the most obvious to the least obvious. So for instance, if I'm working on the fish here, I'm going to take a look and think which one of these pictures looks the most fish-like. Personally, I'd say probably number 14. So I take that picture number 14 and drag it down into stage 3 for the fish. I do the same thing for stage 2. That one looks pretty fishy. And put it in there and do the same thing for number 1. Once you complete your data table, you can go back to either your Google form link that's in your directions, or it's the same Google form that's on today's posting in Google Classroom. And you can use this to double check your answers. It's not required that you complete the Google form. You don't have to double check and make sure they're all right. But I am going to be grading this, and to receive full credit, you have to have all of the embryos correct. So when you open up your Google form, it's going to take you and look something like this. Notice at the top, it reminds you that you can complete this as many times as you need. So I get some background information about you, helps me make sure to get you credit for yours. And then you'll type in that number from each one of the pictures. If you go back here to your embryology worksheet, you'll notice each picture's got a little number there in that lower left-hand corner. I didn't fill in stage 1 yet, so I can't answer that question, but stage 2 I said is number 1, and stage 3 is 14. So I'd type in some number here. I don't know which one yet. 1 and 14. The next section brings you to your chicken, so on and so on and so on. And at the very end, it's going to give you your right and wrong answers. If you got stage 1 for the chicken correct, it'll be marked with a little green check mark and let you know that one's right. If you got one of these wrong, it's going to tell you it's wrong with a red X on your answer sheet. It will not tell you what the correct answer is, but you can go back to your document, rearrange your embryos again, leave the ones that were correct in the right spot, move the ones that were incorrect, and try it again. You can do this as many times as you need to make sure that you get all of your data table correct. Once you've finished filling in all of your data table, make sure that you answer your questions here at the end in complete sentences. You'll just go ahead and type your answers here after each one of your questions. Make sure you're answering them in complete sentences and trying to use examples, provide support, explaining why, or things like that in your answer. As always, the last thing you need to do today is to fill out an attendance form. It's titled differently, but looks really similar to your exit tickets each day. I've tried to clear up some confusion, so make sure you complete your attendance form for today. It's in our daily posting for Google Classroom today. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to shoot me an email and let me know how I can help. I've got my computer and email open all day, every day, and I am sitting in front of it during our class time. So please let me know if you have any questions. I hope everything goes well, and I hope you're having a good day. Thanks so much.